Hi, I'm here at Music to My Ear. My name is Craig. I am the representative on HeadFi for Music to My Ear. My handle on HeadFi is MTME Craig if you guys ever see me on HeadFi. I just wanted to do a comparison between the MrSpeakers Ether Flow C and the Sony MDR-Z1R. A lot of people have been talking about these two on HeadFi and wanting a comparison between the two, and I thought that I would take the time and just talk a little bit about them. First off, build quality. I'll show you the MrSpeakers headband. I really like. That's something very special. It's made out of nitinol. It's very elastic, and you're able to bend it around, and then it'll come back to its own shape. That is something very special about the headphone. It actually took a lot of time before they could perfect it, and it's actually very durable and nice. Other than that, the pads are very plush, which is nice. Real good fit. With the Sony, put that back up. The Sony fits really well too. Same thing. I love the pads on it, and it has good build quality as well. It feels real good. Both of these have the ability to kind of vanish from my head when I'm wearing them. I find that to be what's special about a headphone is the capability of it when you're listening to it. Do you always feel like it's on your head, or do you just get lost in the music? Both of these are very capable of doing that, and that's why I like them in that regard. Sound quality wise, both are similar in certain aspects. Soundstage width and height are very similar. Nothing was too discerning. Soundstage depth is where there's some differences. The Sony, due to its added bass, which is definitely a big feature of the headphone, gives the sound a lot of depth and body and kind of like a 3D effect. It's definitely a reason why some people have been enjoying it a lot, and me in particular. So depth, I kind of get a little bit more depth. The MrSpeakers Ether Flow C has more neutrality across the whole spectrum, which makes it really good for classical music in particular. And the bass is just a little bit emphasized, but not as much as the Z1R. Something to note about the bass of the Z1R that is important is with that increased bass, it doesn't bleed into the other frequencies, and it's just a really nice combination. But if you want something more neutral, then you might want the MrSpeakers Ether Flow. Something else between the two is some people thought that there might be more speed with the MrSpeakers Ether. I couldn't tell that on most tracks, but if they do hear it, it might be because of the added bass of the Z1R makes it give it that body, so you might not get that treble extension that you hear on the Ether. But on most tracks, it wasn't enough for me to say definitively. With that being said about the sound quality of both, I wanted to be able to talk about the amp and DAC that I used for my comparisons, which I feel is important to know. Over here, I used the Quest Style CMA 800i. I used that. I used the Chord Hugo Tabletop or Hugo TT. And then I used the Sony TA-ZH1ES. I want to talk about the Sony a little bit. It's a perfect match for the Z1R. They were made for each other, so it sounds perfect. Very complimenting. I used the other two amp DAC combos with the review more of these two, just to be more of a fair comparison, since they made that combo for the Sony. But all three were great in their own respects, so I can easily recommend them all for these two combinations. Lastly but not least, you can hear any of these in the store that you want. Come on in, you can hear both. These are all set up. You can hear everything. You can also buy anything. It's all available in store and online. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to do a private message on HeadFi. Once again, my name is MTME Craig on HeadFi. I'm always available if you want to talk about any of the headphones, any of our gear. I'm always there for you.